Welcome to my new weekly podcast entitled Financial Independence. This podcast will be dedicated to providing you with the knowledge that will enable you to achieve your financial goals. I'm a Bahamian-born, Canadian-trained ophthalmologist, currently practicing in the Bahamas. Besides my practice in ophthalmology, I've been involved in different businesses, including medical centers, pharmaceuticals, real estate, financial services, and digital assets. For the past 3 years, I've been involved in a project that is developing artificial intelligence algorithms that will increase the accuracy of economic and financial market predictions. I've also had the honor and privilege to serve as the chairman of the board at the University of the Bahamas. My time at the University of the Bahamas was one of the highlights of my career, as I've always had a passion for education. My mantra has always been, education, or more precisely, knowledge, is an individual's most valuable commodity. Knowledge can never be taken away from you, and the use of or application of knowledge is 100% correlated with success in life. So now that I've given you some information about my background, you may be wondering, why is it that an eye doctor is starting a podcast on economics, finance, and the global monetary system when I have no formal training in these subjects? And why is it that you may have any interest in listening to what I have to say? Because after all, what does an eye doctor know about these subjects? I believe that the reason is that many of you are concerned and confused about recent events in the global economy, financial markets, and the bank failures in the US and Europe, and intuitively realize that these events may have an adverse impact on your economic well-being and financial security. Traditionally, you've always looked for guidance and answers from the people who really understand these matters, like the media's financial experts, renowned economists, ministers of finance, heads of central banks, and leaders of global multilateral agencies like the IMF and the World Bank, as to what actions you should take to protect your financial assets. After all, these subjects are far too complicated for ordinary people like us to understand. And so it just makes our lives a lot easier if we can default to the opinion or advice of the experts, as after all, the assumption is that they know what they're talking about. But clearly, some people are having doubts about what the experts are saying, because not only can they not understand the complicated language used by the experts, but they're not sure if what the experts are saying is an accurate interpretation of what is really going on. And that's why they're willing to listen to the views and opinions of others. The purpose of this podcast is to try and explain to you how the economy, financial markets, and the monetary system work, and lessen your dependency on the advice of the experts, so that you will be able to better understand and interpret what is happening in these markets at any point in time, and thus be able to make decisions and take actions that allow you to meet your financial goals and positively impact your economic well-being. And finally, with regard to my lack of formal training in economics, finance, and monetary systems, I want you to consider the following. 3 of the most well-known and successful mutual fund managers and economists, namely Sir John Templeton, George Soros, and John Maynard Keynes, never studied economics or finance. Templeton studied law at Yale, Soros philosophy at the London School of Economics, and Keynes studied mathematics at Cambridge. Yet, Templeton set the standard for value investing. Soros's theory on reflectivity is utilized by many investors all around the world. And there is a popular branch or school of economics named after Keynes. So let's begin our journey together along the path towards financial independence. If you are interested in gaining the kind of knowledge that will enable you to become financially independent, then please feel free to subscribe to this channel. So thank you for watching and see you on the next podcast.